Greetings, First Alliance family. It's good to be back with you again on this last announcement video before we come back together for worship services. You likely received our letter announcing that we will be returning to public worship gatherings here beginning Sunday, May 10th. That's Mother's Day. Shared a little bit about that in my announcement video last week as well, but just a few reminders here. We are putting measures in place to maintain social distancing while in the building. So we're going to have a reduced number of chairs in the sanctuary with things a little more spread out to promote distancing between families, between people who don't live in the same households. We also are going to be having our offering plate out in the foyer and have hand sanitizing stations, doing anything that we can to help just minimize that physical contact to keep everyone safe. We're also going to provide some overflow areas because we're reducing our seating capacity. That means we're reducing the ability to house everyone in one place for our worship time. So if we run out of seats, there will be other places in the building available to access the worship service via live stream. And we're working on all of the tech. Really, it's Tim Herman working on all of the tech, and we're encouraging him along the way to provide the best kind of online streaming experience that we can, especially since not everyone is going to be able to return right now in this phase one. We did get some questions about the letter, so I wanted to just address those really quickly. One of the big questions that arose was, especially from people who are on the older end of the age spectrum of our church family, saying, "Are you telling me not to come?" And we are leaving it up to individuals to decide whether or not they feel safe to be back in public gatherings like that. If you're sick, please stay home. That just helps protect everyone. If you are vulnerable, compromised in some way, just be wise and know that we're going to do what we can to keep providing resources for you online until it's safe for you to return. But really, that decision of when you feel comfortable returning to public worship here at First Alliance is totally your call. We're so excited about getting to be back together again, and we're just very grateful to Tim for all the hard work that he's doing in helping to get all of that organized for us. And he has just done a fantastic job with all the work in putting our services online, and we're just so thankful for all that he has done. I wanted to share a word of scripture that really ministered to my heart this week. Just a real simple thought, not too different from things I've shared in other weeks, but been very helpful to me. This couple of verses comes out of Psalm 9, verses 9 and 10. And just to give you a little bit of context, Psalm 9 and 10, likely both written by David, and he's kind of wrestling with his experience of running from enemies and wrestling with why the wicked are prospering when he's struggling. And, he's really asking some hard questions. But in the middle of all of this, there is a confidence that God is with him and that God hears him and that God is working. And in Psalm 9, verses 9 and 10, David wrote, "The Lord is a refuge for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble. Those who know your name will trust in you, for you, Lord, have never forsaken those who seek you." And what a blessing it is to know that God never leaves us, he never forsakes us, and that we can place our trust in him. And that was just a real comfort to me this week as social distancing and being separated from people has just really started to wear on me more and more. And I know it's wearing on our whole family, just continuing with online schooling and all the stresses with that, and trying to figure out how to stay connected with people. And for me as an extrovert, just feeling people starved, it's just gotten a little bit wearisome in this season. And the Lord just gave me that verse at just the right moment to say, you still can lean into me, that I'm with you and that I'm not forsaking you, and you can trust in me. So I encourage you with that word as we just continue on. We look forward to seeing you next week. If there's any questions about the process of us coming back together or anything that you need, you let us know, and we'd be glad to visit with you and talk to you and help in any way that we can. So please reach out. And as God lays other people in the church family in your heart, please reach out to them as well, so that we can just keep doing this body life together, whether we're physically in the building or just separated in our homes. Thank you so much. We love you all. We're looking forward to being together on Mother's Day. Thanks.